Hey folks, good morning. This is a mindful Monday, and so with that I like to make sure that I give you some quality information about different ways to be mindful and really present in the moment. So one of those ways that I found very very key over the last few days is really working on looking at my expectations of myself and the way that I interact with people. And as a coach and mentor, it's easy to find ways to help and support clients, but it's another to be able to do the same with friends and family members, honestly. And so because of that, I have learned that in my personal life, I have made sure that over the last couple of days, I've spent more time listening to understand rather than listening to react. And because my family, right, is the point which it's gonna draw the emotions out more than anything else. Keeping in mind that I want to make sure that I can listen instead to understand. Rather than reacting, it was really very helpful. It helped, support both my sons as well as my wife, this past weekend, and I can be honest with you, it allowed me to understand and really truly do a better job of empathizing with them throughout the time that they were sharing information and we were having a conversation, because I was really trying to do my best to be mindful of the moment, and instead of reacting, I worked to understand. Now, I understand that that's not always something that is easy for us to do. Oftentimes we react on natural tendencies and impulses, and so allowing us to kind of sit back and look at how we interact with each other really is important. Like I used the idea of being up on the balcony or getting like a bird's eye view of you interacting with someone else, and what that fly on the wall or that your seat in the balcony looking down on this conversation and listening to it, what that might do. And that perspective really kind of allows you, if you're thinking about it, it allows you to kind of be more reflective and instead of reactive. Okay, and so to be mindful, is important. To be grounded in the present, making sure that your expectations are in the present, rooted in your current experiences. But again, if you're working with, your team and your family members and your friends and family, right? All those combined, right? Either way, and some of us may be teachers, some of us may be coaches, but we need to listen to understand. Okay? And by doing so, we put that emphasis on a shared discussion and mutual interests rather than our own goals in hand. And oftentimes, as a husband, I've offered solutions to my wife. Well, I sat back this weekend and did more listening. And so you would think about, it's almost 22 years into our marriage that I should have picked that up by now and done a better job of, making sure that I'm not always offering solution-based ideas. So, but I finally am getting to that point, right? My coaching skills are finally transferring over to my own family. And so being mindful, okay, is certainly part of that. And making sure that I'm supporting my family by listening and understand rather than to listen to react has been so key. Now, I will also tell you that this morning, I did a nice job of being in my mindful place. And for me, my mindful place usually involves some breathing exercises as well as some deep stretching, my upper body and my back. And so for me, that felt great to get just a start of the day, clearing my head as I'm stretching. Now, when I say clearing my head, for me, that means I'm bringing the intentions and my thoughts, and I'm bringing them aligned. So I'm not just focusing on my breathing, but I'm making sure that I know what I'm thinking about, and I can either respond and keep those thoughts, or I can kind of push them away. And today, as I was doing my stretching, it really brought to light kind of what happened this weekend and why I found some success. And so I'm sharing that with you here on that Mindful Monday, because look, every moment is really, every moment is a key, and there's nothing like the present. Okay, it is a gift. So please go out today and unwrap that gift.